What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Weezy. Welcome to Jay Weezy's World. Back in the lab, of course. It is Saturday, July 12th. Excuse me, and it is 10:14 in the morning. Wife and I are headed to the gym right now. She's in her car because today is her cardio day, and I am doing legs and I'm doing cardio, and so I'm going to be there for much longer. And so she has a couple things to do after the gym. Cops got people pulled over, but she's got some things to do after the gym, so we drove separately. And I need to stop and get gas. I feel really good, well rested. Glad it's the weekend. It was a long work week. To be honest with you, I felt like a little bit of like mental fatigue. And so the last 2 nights, I just feel like I slept like a baby. Just like got to bed probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock and just slept well. And you know, just glad I just be mindful of just when I go lay down, let me not look at my phone, let me go ahead and just get some rest. And so I feel very good, but a little bit of mental fatigue between you know, gym, work, you know, the schedule. So but I'm thankful, trust me, like I'm incredibly thankful. So feel good today. Like I said, gonna go ahead and stop and get gas and then head over to the gym. She wants to hit Planet Fitness. She's got a membership there. I mentioned in my previous video, she has a membership there and she could bring a buddy. She prefers Planet Fitness. I do like Planet Fitness too, because it's just cleaner. But I do prefer LA Fitness as far as my leg day goes, but still a gym is a gym. I'm not complaining by any means. I am no athlete, but it's just certain equipment they have there and certain equipment they don't have there. So I'm gonna stop and get gas really quick and fuel up and probably get a Red Bull or something like that to get some caffeine in me. All right, so gassed up, headed to the gym. So change of plans. We were going to be going to Planet Fitness to get the workout in, but the Planet Fitness, I guess the power is out. So, you know, it's actually been out for about a week from what my wife saw online. So we stopped by, or she got there before me because I had to get gas. She called me and said, hey, it's closed, so we're going to head to LA Fitness. But wanted to show you guys the shoes that I'm wearing for the workout, which is technically CrossFit training shoes. You know, I typically will try to wear some flat shoes, you know, Vans, Chucks, what have you, or just some flatter shoes, you know, outside of that. But a few years ago, I decided, hey, let's treat myself a little bit to some shoes. Looked up cross-training shoes or CrossFit shoes seemed to be a good referral, so I thought I'd give them a try. Went to Nike.com and I did the little, you know, customization. So I chose the color, you know, the black on top of the bubblegum bottoms and the Jay Weezy on the tongue and all that and everything. So so far though, well, because I took a few years off the gym, they're basically still brand new. They're extremely flat. They hold my heel, you know, really nice and tight. And that's kind of the thing, is that Chucks and Vans, they all do a really great job. But I kind of wanted something that was gonna, like, almost like Kobe's. If anybody wears Kobe's, is they hug the heel, right? Because you know, that's how they made the Kobe's. It's kind of really to make sure you're not gonna, you know, rupture your Achilles type of thing, and really hold your heel tight. And so these are what they do, not painful type, but you know what I mean, like just make sure your foot stays in place. So if I'm doing lunges, my foot isn't sliding, because you know, some wider shoes or some shoes that kind of, it comes out of place, or like comes undone a little bit, you know, you kind of slide, you got to fix your shoes. And with these, once I tie them, they're pretty much staying locked in. So like them so far. Wanted to show you guys the shoes I'm rocking for the leg day. I don't wear them every single leg day because they're not very comfortable post-workout. So it's kind of a give and take. So if I know I'm going to do cardio afterwards, they're not very comfortable doing cardio. I've used them or worn them during cardio, but my feet get a little beat up, and so I got some shoes in the back, so when I do my post-workout cardio or post-lift cardio, I can put on some comfortable shoes that are meant for walking or jogging. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this workout in. Sucks about Planet Fitness because, Planet Fitness is usually pretty empty, but LA I think is going to be pretty empty with it being Saturday morning. But I do prefer the leg day equipment at LA Fitness. But I am low-key thinking about maybe joining a different gym. Not that I don't like LA Fitness, but the one thing I truly appreciate about Planet Fitness is the cleanliness aspect of it. I don't know about you guys, but this is what the bag I kind of take into the gym with me. When I have my camera with me, and it's a small North Face bag that I got from Amazon for like 20 bucks. But I keep wipes with me. They have some stations around LA Fitness, but not very many, and they're usually empty. It's one of those things where you pull them out and they're actually kind of dry, and so I just take some. I mean, I go to Walmart, and these are like two for $2 or something like that. So just wipe this stuff down. And does it need to be wiped down? Some people would ask. Yes, it does need to be wiped down. You had a grown person sitting there sweating on the equipment, and you're about to sit down and you're about to sweat on the equipment. Your sweats are going to collide and congeal together. I'm not trying to get somebody else's germs on me. Is it going to kill me? No. But I ain't trying to get no ringworm or something like that. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get this workout in. All right, let's chop up these tree trunks. Album of the day, The Clips. Album itself was cool. The new album, if you guys haven't heard it, it's pretty good. It has some bangers on there. It has some bars. Does the album itself have replay value? Not so much for me, but there are definitely some tracks on there that were added to the gym playlist. I do like to switch it up. What do you guys like to listen to? Put it in the comment section. I do like to switch it up between podcasts, hip hop, rap, rock, whatever. Just get the mood going and have a good workout. But I'm starting off the leg day today with the abductor adductor machine. I don't always start off my leg day with this. But because I wanted to get in squats first to begin the workout, I wanted to get these in just so I can warm up the glutes, warm up my hips, and warm up the inside of my thighs. I do think that um, these movements are definitely underrated in my opinion. Hip strength is definitely something that is important, especially as you get older. And so, every leg workout or leg day, I should say, I make sure I get these in because, again, I'm getting a little bit older. Want to make sure my hip strength is there, and especially if I'm going to segue wanting to do the squats first. So I got in about 3 sets of 15 to 20 for each one of them. Felt good. I like to do them nice and controlled, not rushing through it, making sure I get in a nice squeeze at the bottom and a nice stretch at the top, depending on which one that I'm using. All right, so moving on to barbell squats now. I'm just getting back into squats. This is my second session in the last 2 weeks, and I'm working on my form. So once I do that, then I'll get to the weight. But my goal is form, and my goal is to focus on quads, kind of like a Tom Platz approach where I have my feet at my shoulders. I'm not just butt poked out, legs spread wide. I'm focusing on getting to 90 degrees at the minimum. I'll get lower at some point and just getting my knees nice and warmed up before I go ahead and add the weight. So the warm-up sets, I got in 3 warm-up sets before I moved on to adding any additional weights. Look at me. I don't know why I do this, but whenever I'm between sets about to start something, I start tiptoeing or tap dancing back and forth. And you know what I just noticed as well, Rob? Robert Frank 615. I'm wearing your headband as I'm doing leg day. Sorry, brother. But with this, what I'm getting in is 3 sets of the barbell squats. My goal initially was about 5 to 8 repetitions. It's only the one plate on each side, but again, I'm working on my form. But what I ended up doing was 3 sets of 10, and I felt really good about it. Again, it's going to get better and better with each session. Again, I'm trying to get to 90 degrees at the minimum because for me, again, I know I keep saying it, my goal was to focus on the quads, and my goal overall is to build up my quad and knee strength. Moving on to leg press. So I'm going to have 5 plates on each side. I'm going to get in 6 sets of 15, but it is going to be 3 sets. You guys will notice here 3 sets for 2 different foot stances or foot placements. I've learned over the years from different people, obviously where you put your feet on the platform are going to dictate whether if you're hitting more of your quads or more of your hamstrings, inside of your quads, outside of your quads. And so I have my feet placed here in more of a narrow position, higher up on the platform. And I do have my toes intentionally sticking out just a little bit more dramatically so you guys can see where my, the difference in the foot placement. And so hopefully this angle makes sense and suffices. Oh man, those quads are burning. But I wanted to show the difference in the placement so that way, again, you keep switching it up, understanding, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I do like to switch it up just to kind of keep things a bit different because you do notice at the end of that last rep and you put your legs down where you start to feel that burn a bit more. So you start to learn more as you go about the different effects and how you feel about your body when you switch it up. Moving on to calves, let me go ahead and wipe this thing down real quick. I don't know about you guys, but I love to do both seated and standing calf raises, and so here they actually have 2 different calf raise machines, and so doing one of them today. Chose to go ahead and do seated. I like to get in 4 sets today. I did 4 sets of 20 calf raises. Nothing too extreme or crazy about calves. I know some people like to switch up the different foot placements here, but today just kept it simple. Put them below the ball of my feet, stretch the bottom, stretch at the top. I don't go crazy heavy when it comes to the calf raises. I like to have it moderately heavy and just get a nice squeeze. Some people just put on a ton of weight and just start pumping them out. I like to put on a good weight and just make sure it's, again, slow and controlled. And those last 4 or 5 reps hurt. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on these hamstrings now. I like to do the seated leg curl and the lying leg curl. Just go ahead and smile for the camera. So I like to do both of them because I feel like they both have different benefits, right? And so getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings, nice curl or a nice squeeze of the hamstrings. Now my hand placement here on these grips, I like to push away so that way my back is flat and my butt is flat on the seat. And I have my toes pointed up like I have shown here. And so because I just got off the calf raise machine, I wanted to kind of warm up the hamstrings again because I didn't go straight from the leg press to the curls here. I wanted to warm them back up. So I did 2 sets of warm-ups and then at 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. And at the bottom, squeeze, squeeze. It's like a bicep curl. Squeeze, and maximize what you're doing. Short king problems. All right, so go ahead and hop up here. Do you guys prefer the seated or do you prefer the lying leg curl? I think that just as a bigger dude, the lying leg curl is definitely a little bit tougher because, you're just not really necessarily flat, right? I'm not thin, so it's not the easiest to lay down on, but I like to get the different variation of hitting the hamstring. So if I can, I will do both depending on which gym I'm going to and how busy it is. But definitely like to hit the hamstrings as much as I can. So I'm going to wrap up leg day with body weight lunges. It is a great finisher. I'm going to do 20 steps one way, 20 steps the other way, and I'm going to do 4 sets of this. Lunges suck, but it is a great leg day finisher. Highly recommend. Time to go ahead and do this cardio, and I do not feel like doing this cardio. So let me go ahead and get my entertainment set, and I'm going to go ahead and knock out uh, an hour. That is the plan. So let's go ahead and get this cardio on. Cardio is all done. Just over an hour, 600 plus calories burned, almost 6,400 steps completed. Feeling really good. All right. Workout is done. I feel really good. Feel really good. My feet are feeting right now after the leg workout. I haven't ate yet since I woke up, so I gotta go get something to eat right now. Yeah, I enjoy fasted workout when I can. And even though I didn't have any breakfast this morning, I feel like it's a really good workout. I feel like the squats felt really good. Getting my form down better and better each time I do them. You know, the lunges to finish it off, I feel like my lunges are getting better with keeping my balance, what have you, and so on. And you know, body weight, I feel like I'm gonna move towards you know, dumbbells here relatively soon, because I just feel confident, feel great. You know, leg presses, the hamstrings, all of that, just super happy with it. Knocked out that cardio just over an hour, and I'm not gonna lie, like, again, I'm always gonna be transparent. Like 17-18 minutes in, I was like, oh man, like, damn, I don't feel like doing this. Excuse my language. I do not feel like doing this. But I have goals, man. It doesn't matter what I want to do, and I'm not trying to, you know, hey, be cliche or anything like that, but I'm like, I gotta get to my goals. And you know, like, I want to be able to you know, run these 5Ks and all that jazz, and so I gotta get it down, gotta put the work in. And so I'm tired, a good tired, and gonna head home, get something to eat, knock out the rest of my errands or what I need to do for the rest of the day. I'm super happy with the workout. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Again, thank you guys for the much love. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you guys in the next video. I can barely talk. Tired. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.